Welcome to the new episode of Tech Podcast. I'm your host, Emily, and today we will talk about quantum AI.
Quantum AI, it sometimes feels like we're talking about something straight out of Star Trek, like warp speed for solving, the world's biggest problems, right? But it turns out we might be closer to that future than we realize. So today we are diving into the fusion of quantum computing and artificial intelligence. But we're also going to try to sneak in some mind-bending quantum mechanics along the way. We've got two really fascinating pieces lined up today. Hot off the press, we have news from the Quantum Insider about a huge breakthrough in quantum AI from Google. And we'll also be taking a broader look with an article from Forbes. They explore how quantum AI could impact everything from healthcare to even climate modeling.
Yeah, what I find really interesting is this whole idea of achieving more with less, which is a real challenge in this field, right? Because quantum computers are so powerful, but their memory capacity is limited. And it seems like Google might just have a solution to that very problem.
So it's like having a supercomputer for a brain, but you only have a sticky note to jot down all the answers.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And that's what makes this Google breakthrough so fascinating, honestly. They found a way to get exponentially faster learning, even with limited memory.
Okay, so walk us through this a bit. What did they do?
Sure. So the core of it, the heart of their research, it revolves around this concept called a quantum states conjugate. And it's kind of a tricky thing to explain, but imagine flipping a coin, right? You flip it and it lands on heads. Now picture flipping that same coin, but this time you're in a parallel universe. And in this universe, heads and tails are reversed. That mirror image flip, that's kind of like the conjugate. It holds different information than the original state.
So they basically found a way to create a mirror image of the quantum information, but with different properties, right?
Exactly. And here's the really cool part. The really cool part is that creating this conjugate state, it's actually a lot easier than trying to build more quantum memory. It's like finding the shortcut. And then when they measure both the original and the conjugate together, they can get information much, much faster than with the traditional methods.
Wow. So it's they've hacked the system to make that sticky note work overtime. The article mentioned something about displacement amplitudes, though, I think. What are those?
Oh, yeah, good question. Displacement amplitudes, they're basically like signposts in the quantum world, They tell us how likely a quantum system is to be in a particular state at any given time. And Google, they showed that their new technique, it could be used to estimate these amplitudes super efficiently. And this has huge implications for quantum simulation.
Okay, so how does estimating these, what were they called again? Displacement amplitudes, right?
Yeah.
How does that translate into something that could impact our lives?
Well, imagine being able to perfectly simulate how molecules behave.
Okay.
That could revolutionize drug discovery, right? Because then you could design new medications with incredible speed and precision. Or think about designing new materials from scratch. Materials with properties we can only dream of right now. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's like we're on the verge of a whole new era. But let's shift gears for a second. We've been talking about this Google breakthrough. But our second source today, the article from Forbes, it takes a broader look at quantum AI. They look at a bunch of different industries. They seem really interested in how we can use this tech for real world stuff, So what are some of the big takeaways from that article?
Well, they highlight how important it is to combine quantum computers with AI, because it's not just about how fast they are. It's about using that speed to find things, patterns, and insights that normal computers never could.
So it's not just doing things faster, but doing. Things that were impossible before.
Exactly. And they have some really good examples in the article, take healthcare, right? AI is already being used a lot to analyze medical images and stuff like that. But imagine being able to design totally new drugs.
Wow.
Using quantum simulations.
Yeah.
That's the kind of potential we're talking about.
It's almost a little scary, could there be downsides to tech this powerful?
Oh, for sure. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should, right? We need to think about the ethics of all this, and early on, too.
So what kind of ethical stuff are we talking about? As we go forward, what should we be keeping in mind?
Yeah, it's a lot to, wrap your head around. Did they get into specifics? What are we worried about, really?
Well, they mentioned jobs, for one thing. We've already seen what automation has done.
Right.
And this could be, on a whole other level.
So, losing your job to a robot is one thing, but to a quantum computer, that's different.
It's not just about the robots, though. Think about the information itself, the data.
Okay.
Quantum AI could be used for surveillance.
Or even, and this is scary, autonomous weapons. Stuff that can make decisions on its own.
It's like all those AI debates, but amplified.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations right now while it's still early.
So what can we even do then? How do we make sure this stuff gets used for good?
Honestly, it has to be a team effort. We need the scientists, obviously, but also the people making policy and just everyone needs to be talking about this, the ethics of it all. We can't just assume it'll all work out.
So it's not just about inventing this stuff. It's about deciding what kind of future we want.
Exactly.
Wow, this has been a lot. Quantum AI, it's a lot to take in.
It really is.
But it's pretty exciting, right? We're talking about changing the world here.
We are, and that's, I think, what people need to remember. It's not set in stone how this all plays out.
It's up to us. Well, to everyone listening, we hope this has, made you think of it, maybe spark some curiosity.
Yeah.
Because this is the future we're talking about, and it's going to be a wild ride.
It certainly will be. And that wraps up today's episode of Tech Podcast. We hope you enjoyed diving into the world of AI and the latest tech updates with us. If you found this discussion helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay tuned for more insights into the future of technology and AI. Until next time, keep exploring the world of tech.